Right, hello everyone. Again, I just want to not go too far into this, but I want to carry on from part one. I just want to remind everyone from part one when I was breaking down Constitution. If you haven't seen my part one, please go and have a look, because it is Constitution versus common law. And again, just to break it down and make it easier for some people. Sorry if I have to keep moving everything around. This is the best app I've found to be able to get some information out, so please go with what resonates and please do your own research. But a constitution is health, the general state of someone's health. And as I said in part one, I went over what a constitution is and that it's all been dissolved and it has no jurisdiction at all, and that common law was invoked in 2001. So what I would like you to do is just remember that the general state of someone's health, right? So that's what it is, yeah. See, it says state. See, it says here a person's physical condition shown by strength and staying well. Yeah, well, if you're being brainwashed through language, that's just the language. That's not with everything else that's out there that's been brainwashing. So again, if you can understand you've been brainwashed through your language, then everything we've been speaking is nothing but dog Latin. Again, constitution is health. All right. Again, I'm not going to go too far in it because I've already disposed of the constitution, and the quicker that we get it out of our minds and start standing up for our own jurisdiction under common law, it'll be a lot easier. But look at this, because I do hear a lot of people telling you about definitions of words, and I'm not going to be rude, but I am going to say it, because if I don't, then we're not going to learn. But there's a lot of people saying definitions mean this and that, and I can tell you now that these people will just sit back and start listening because they're teaching you wrong and they've got no idea what they're talking about. And I'm not being rude, because I need men that are standing up for what their truth is, but once they understand their language properly, they'll be able to stand up for it better. So we're all learning. Go with what resonates. I'm not saying I know anything, but again, I read between the lines and I dig deep and I cipher through our language, because that's the key of this awakening. So a state is a condition of, or a way of being, yeah. So a condition. So the constitution is a condition of a way of being, yeah. It is a state of play that is presented to this situation that we all live in at this precise moment, yeah. It's not a country, because under the law, land, air and water, we're all born free under the land, air and water. It's true, you're only created into your positions or the people that you feel you are now due to the programming that has been caused on every single man, woman and child, and still going forward. Again, state, write something, yeah. To write, again, legal, it's just paper. State, created or done by the state. So they've created us to be dumb, so we don't understand our own language, and then they create what we think's good for us, and then we fight and divide each other, because some see that what they're doing isn't good and others see what they are is, because we're all stuck in a legal construct. Yeah, all right, hopefully that helps. I'm trying to keep it short and sweet. You can make your own, again, way of being. So again, if you're following a constitution, it's the way that you've been stated to behave, or the way of being, conditioned to be, of being that way. So what I'm doing now is I'm really expressing the information as clearly and carefully as possible to show you the difference. Again, created, yeah. So it's not giving us freedom or free choice in what we want. It's following a system that's telling you what you can and can't do. The conditioning the conditioning that someone or something, yeah, is in at a particular time. So again, if you're in the Constitution and you can't see through that, that's because you've been conditioned in a state of mind or a state of affairs, yeah, which is now you're causing a situation which isn't true, yeah, because you're now playing a state of play. And as it says here, own government. Own government. All right, remember these. Remember state. Sorry, you're looking at state. Remember government, because there's a lot of people that think that government definition means protect and serve, but it doesn't. That was the narrative about behind it to make you think that's what they were there for. But none of this is no matter what angle you look at, we've all been spoon-fed the same crap, yeah? So what I want to do is I want to hurry it up a little bit, because I don't want to keep you for ages, but I want you to, you know, do your own research, stop it if you need to. And it says here, there are 3 fields of language. So again, once you understand the 3 fields of language, and you only live under one language, which what I'm trying to explain to you is to understand the definition of words, because your vocabulary will be a lot better and you'll be able to protect yourself a lot better going forward and standing under your own jurisdiction. So it says 3 fields of language: planning. I'll say it again: planning, yeah, status, corpus, and acquisition. And 3 types of, again, actors, yeah, individuals, commodities, and states. So you're an actor as an individual because you've been programmed and conditioned to believe everything that's been written because you were spellcasted at school. Yeah, communities is a different language because we're now working under it's not communities, it's sorry, let me get it right because I don't want to get it wrong, because we know what state is. Let me move on while I'm reprocessing that one. Sorry, guys. We know what a state is. Yeah, it's a state of being and the state of health and the state of conditioning. Yeah, that's that language. Because if you're dumbed down, you can't see clearly, and then with the fear construct that most people don't realise that, you know, there could be something that they watch that could put them in a state of fear and they don't even realise it, and because they're so used to it they don't even know it's actually happening to them in the first place. So again, as I say, the awakening is very strong, and majority of the time it comes from vibration and energy. So let's go back to communities. Yeah, that's just like a communist China. Communities are a community is what it is. It's a community language. It means it's in prison. Yeah, I think we all know what China and their community and their communist. That's what I'm looking for. Communist. That's what I'm looking for. Sorry, guys. You know, I have lots in here and I'm trying to keep it simple. So, communist China. That's what communities are. It says the process, yeah, converges to a unique absorbing state in which all players cooperate. So again, when you're playing in your legal fiction, you are nothing but a player or an actor. Yeah? Again, please do your own research, because I am only going to pick a few things out of here, and hopefully what I'm saying, people pick it up like a sponge because it's there in front of their faces. Everything else to me inside there, I'm not saying cannot be used in a different situation. It's just, in my eyes, it's more brainwashing. The more information, the more brainwashing in a sense. So let's go to government, because I've got to put the record straight for those that think government means protect and serve. Police are there to protect and serve. That is it. Government are there. Well, in the hindsight, they were there and built man-made rules because government was man-made. Then it made its own policies up, and then it got you to follow them. So again, anyone that says government was man-made and its policies were made up, then that clearly tells you that they're just rules and they're not law in the first place. So, just for those people that think definition of government means protect and serve, I'm going to show you that it doesn't. Okay? Yes, I get that they were built to do that, but they didn't. They perceived if they were doing you good while stabbing you in the back, taking your tax money, stealing your children, and so much, much more. Again, government means group. Yeah? Group of people. Did you know that if a group of people conspire against another man, that means they're perverting the course of justice? I'm just saying, information's key. And if you've got the wrong information, then you're going to teach wrong information. Government, system, controlling of people. Group. So the group of people in the system is used for controlling the people. Yeah? It's there. Black and red, white. Yeah, as I said, read between the lines. Yeah? Involved in controlling people. It's not law. Law is your own jurisdiction. Just going through, you see, it's not about this. To me, is all nonsense. And I can break it down even here because it says government creating laws. Yeah, creating laws. Yeah, controls creating laws. Well, again, as I said, a government was there to be built to help the people and to protect and serve them, but not to create their own laws. An organisation is a crime because they're creating laws over the top of the law that we were never taught. Again, common law. Do no harm, do no loss, do no injury. Take responsibility for your own actions. The rest is a program of fear. The people, system, control of country or region. Yeah? The people's system that manage or control a country or a region. Again, the people's system. So if you want to play in a system, then it's the people's system. It tells you there that manage, control a country or region. Well, again, if we take our own individual power back under the law, again, we already own it. Form a government. How to form a government. To bring political parties together to make a government when none of them has received a large enough number of votes in an election to control the government. But we know it's to control the people. Yeah? Everything else is to give you a narrative that they're looking like they're giving you something, but realistically, behind the scenes, you are being coerced, programmed, and laughed at, and they're doing it because they're taking all of your money and you don't need to be giving it to anyone. So again, I'm just going to have a look through here and see what comes in. In here, it just tells you that they're just basically robbing you blind. There you go. Look at that one. Love it. Researchers could be misled by the publication of the first category because they were usually censored by the government's fits is propaganda purposes. Right, that's all I want to show you on that one, because that's all that to me is what it is. It tells you in black and white right there. Researchers could be misled by the publications of the first category because they were usually censored by the government to fit its propaganda purposes. Well, if anyone's done their research, then you know the whole system is nothing but fear, propaganda, and bullshit. Excuse my language, but that is the bottom line of it. I'm not going to lie, and I'm not going to be brainwashed, and I'm not going to play into its bullshit. Again, if you don't let go of it, it's only going to destroy you in here. If you don't stand up for what you think's right and have the decency and the morals and the respect to stop paying everything because of it, you know, again, what you're fighting for. Because I fight for 10 million children that go missing, and if we all took our jurisdiction and learnt our jurisdiction, then we could have it all back. You know, remember, the way I am is because it's the way that they created me to be. All right, not because I'm divided against you. I'm trying to show you the information so I can help you. So let's have a look at this, because I think it's very important that if you see the truth, it might help you stop playing in it. Yeah, because otherwise, if you can't stop playing in it and stand under your law, then I really don't know where else to help anyone else. Because again, I'm not here to help you. I'm just here to give you the information, and it's down to you to get rid of past that programming. Again, legal. It says here it's law, but then it contradicts itself because it says here connected with the law. So again, it can't be law if it's connected with the law, yeah, because law is just one word and law is law, yeah. That's why you can't have laws or law. That's why you can't have laws and rules as a law, because law, again, is just do no harm, do no loss, and do no injury. Yeah, allowed by law. The reason it's allowed by law because we wasn't taught, and forevermore, for thousands of years, it's just been a battle between good and evil. That's all it is, yeah? Hiding up your rights and what it is to stand in your own jurisdiction, brainwash everybody to think that is someone else's job to do, so you don't have to do it. Again, the law gives you so much information and provides you justice and equality that if you did actually understood it, you'd actually go and do something about it. And if you don't understand it, you won't, because you ain't got the bravery to stand up. And that's why I've got to come out and do all this information over and over again, because it just gets censored again. So again, legal. Remember I said about your straw man being your fictional name. Again, there's nothing wrong with your name. You don't need another birth certificate. You just need to learn to stop people claiming it, because it is just referred to a standard size bit of paper. And your name is only what's written on paper, giving you a death certificate and not a birth certificate, because you've already had the privilege to be birthed on the law, in the land, to drink the water and breathe the air. Again, we didn't poison it. They did. Let's make legal history, yeah? Let's get rid of it. Connected with or allowed by the law, yeah? So if legal is supposed to be law and law is meant to be law, I wonder why no one can get over what they're doing, because they don't understand the difference between the two words that are spelled out there. That says legal, that says law. It says connected or allowed, and the only reason you allow it is because you keep interfering it, and the only reason it's connected to the law is because everyone's hid it to build constructs of being conned, and into institutions, of all sorts. There is many different ways, but at the end of the day, they all come down to the same thing, because it all comes down to paper. And if you believe the spell casting on the paper and believe in someone else's authority more than your own, then you will be a follower instead of leading by example as your own strength in your own man. Yeah, that's all it is. Connected with the system. Says it all, doesn't it? I just showed you what system is. Government. Again, let's have a look here, guys, because it really does tell you. And again, if you don't get this and you're still playing in it, then you're losing. You really are. And you're not. It's a shame, because you could be doing this so much quicker. And if you've got passion that you want to stand up and beat things, then as a go, again, if you're playing in legal, you're playing in a program which is a to infinity game where the players must perform alternative legal moves, which is acts, legalese, etc. Again, everything has been dissolved since 2001, and we live under a common law that has been invoked. So again, please do your reading. It's there for you to see. Often the legal system and its functionaries serves as a barrier. Again, this is why we never get legal justice, because there's always a barrier. And if the government are writing policies, they will write policies and change them, and you'll keep accepting them to be law. Again, they're not law. They're not allowed to change the law, because the law is the people's law, God's law, universal law, natural law, or common law. So again, it's a barrier to any proper resolution of questions surrounding the narrative and the plot structure. Again, it means, in a sense, that you might speak your truth as much as you want to in a legal battle, but the plot structure will change it and you will lose. I'm not saying everybody loses, but it's called a legal battle. And if you want to play in law and not a legal battle, then you're best to keep with this channel, because I will teach you how to stand up for yourself, teach you the words to use to stand up for yourself, protect yourself from man, corporation and everything else, or otherwise you can just be part of that corp. Again, please do your research on your straw man, and everything else after that will just show the highlights of the corruption of it. And instead of being fearful, you should be looking at this information as your evidence to show that the crimes that have been done against you on a personal level, because we're all got different situations and we're all in different places, but still, once we understand our own power, there'll be nothing holding any of us back, because we will become one individually, our own jurisdiction, and we'll pull together when we need to pull together. Remember, there's many of us, we've just been had our narrative and plot structure changed due to the programming of TV. Here we go. Here, they accept the legal system may exist, and that if they do, their content may be wholly determinate. Well, basically, if you accept anything in the legal system, then you're not going to own anything. Let's put it like that. Yeah. Again, as I said, this is a man's world, not a legal one. So when you can pull yourself away from that legal and don't want to get involved with it anymore, and want to just learn to protect yourself, your family, your own home and everything in it, then you'll start pulling away from this legal gender. Yeah. Again, as I say, do your own research. Let's go into spelling. Yeah. There you go. So hopefully, with the information I'm providing and breaking it down, without going into it too much, I'm forming the words with the correct letters and in the correct order. Yeah, so you have the ability to see what I'm showing you. Yeah, remember spells. Do you remember you did just spelling at school? I'm just having a look, guys, just to show you what research is about. But when you went to school, the first thing you ever got taught was to spell, yeah? And what is a spell? Because we know what spelling is. I'm just looking, guys. Here we go. Spoken words that are thought to have magical powers, the condition of being under. So again, your constitution, your admiralty, your military, your corpse, everything is dead speak. And again, the conditioning of being under the influence or control of such words. So, you know, to put it straight, think of it like this. If you're going to work and you're living under acts, yeah, acts, it means to behave in a stated way. Yeah, so we know that police act out of their protect and serve. So basically every act that they do, because they believe the spelling on their book that they've been taught, spellcasted, they believe they have the right to act in a stated way. Again, state means condition, constitution means health. To have an effect, that's what an act is. An act is to perform in part of a play or a film. So, as I get to now, is that when you go and for an interview and you've got a job description, it's a play role to get paid money, yeah? So again, you are nothing but an actor performing in a part of play to get paid legal fiction money, to have an effect on someone's life, to behave in a stated way. Again, if police go against their oath and protect and serve and they use an act on you and there is no victim, then they are basically behaving in a stated way, yeah, to solve a problem, to have an effect, but realistically they're just performing, and because you consent, they are now acting the fool and the martyr. To behave in a particular usual bad way. Again, if any policeman, officer, constable does not protect and serve and uses an act in any way that there isn't a victim and it's against you, then they are breaking their oath. Yeah? Performance. Behaviour that hides your real feelings and intentions. So you could be a really good policeman, yeah, loving family, loving being, but you go to work, you follow the legal bullcrap that you've been taught in the book, yeah, because again, legal just means paper. Everything you've been spellcasted to do, yeah, is through the spellings and the conditioning that you've been in a state of mind. So again, you get told and you will act how you feel you need to act so you can make sure you get paid, because if you do not perform and reach your targets, what happens? You don't have a job and you can't keep up in the government system that is robbing you blind. Yeah? So basically, in short terms, it's a piece of a show, because if you get arrested, you'll be in there for a certain amount of time. Yeah, 4 hours, 8 hours. So it was a show for them to take your money. There's no victim, there is no crime. And again, every act that a policeman does goes against it. Part of a play or opera. It says law, but we know an act can't be law because it's a formal decision made. Yeah, formal decision. Again, no one's formal, because everything that we believe to be formal has been dissolved. Yeah, and so has acts. Yeah, so made by Parliament. Make the laws. Again, they're not laws, they're rules. A law made, a law made by Congress or another legislation. Made, yeah, I'm sure we know what made means. Yeah, doesn't mean it's law. Again, law is land, air and water. No more, no less. Only you can take that for yourself. If you want to call it anything else, then that's down to you. But again, that is how I see it. Go with what resonates. just looking, guys, because I want to do my research while you're having a look yourself. And if I see anything that I feel, I would just say it out. And if I'm not saying anything, means that, you know, it doesn't mean anything. You know, again, here it does say act in good faith. Well, if we all acted in good faith and we walked in the light of, I don't know, say Jesus Christ, God, spirit, soul, whatever your man of power you have to hold on to make you stronger, then act. Again, I'm just a man that has faith inside me already because I know the information and how it works, and I'm always acting in the light of Jesus Christ or God, because that's the image that he has given. Again, if you don't act in the image and you do not walk in that light, then what light are you walking in? Again, if you're, in my eyes, if you're worshipping, the only person that needs worshipping in this is the devil, yeah? God doesn't ask you to worship. He asks you to protect and serve the children and teach them with correct language and without abuse and without all the negative stuff in the world, you know. But if you want to stop it, then you're going to have to stand up for you as an individual. Again, the awakening is about you as an individual waking up to the bullshit that you've been programmed into, and now you've got to find your way out. So I'm just trying to help you find your way out, to show you that an act is just an actor performing with a job, for example. It doesn't matter what job you are, what position you are nothing but an actor. That is all it is. It doesn't mean it's law. All right, so hopefully that helps. Let's have a look, because most people don't even know the definition of common. So this will help start for you to see that you're just a common man or a common woman, and how to protect yourself, and actually to know what common actually means. All right. So, right, just ignore that one because we need to come back to this. Right, so common is courtesy and decency, the basic level of politeness that you would expect from everyone. Common knowledge, a fact that everyone should know, yeah, but we don't. Shared, common means to share, belong to, share by two or more people, yeah, for the common good. If something is done for the common good, it is done to help everyone, yeah. This is why it's very important you understand your own common law. Make common calls with someone, to act together with someone in order to achieve something. No, see, this is the dumbing part, that they make people think what common is. Low class crap, yeah? Because they need you to be that high working man so you can keep paying them false taxes and keep being programmed into fear, etc., etc. Common. Oh, look. Land. What did I say common law was? Land, air, and water. Yeah? Water comes from the earth. The air we breathe anyway. And the land we're already born onto. We're just being captured. We've been captured and then brainwashed and put down into the ground, basically. Worshipping everything instead of our own selves. So common is land, an area of grass that everyone is allowed to use, usually in a near village. Well, let's think about it like this. If everyone come down to common sense and common, yeah, and common law, do no harm, do no loss, do no injury, take responsibility for your own actions, know what's right and wrong, Yeah, remember, words can cause friction, so use your words and speak politely. You'll see that if we all come together as one, we would already own it all in the first place. Having something in common, wouldn't that be nice? To share interests and experiences with each other. Yeah, to get a job done for the children. Yeah, because I don't think I'm seeing many people that are just starting this awakening. And there's people that say they've been on this awakening for 15 years or longer. And I'm telling you now, the people that are starting to wake up now and the people that are starting to wake up, they've got a lot more done in the last 6 years than anyone's done in the last 15, 20. I'm telling you that for a fact. No matter if it is in your personal or anything. Yeah, so again, common is land, an area of grassy land that is open for everyone to use. Well, I'm not being funny, but if you look outside, yeah, right, if they're houses or roads or whatever, it's all of ours. Yeah, an area. It didn't say what area, did it? It didn't say, oh, you're not. We're allowed it all because it's all of ours. It doesn't matter what country, wherever. It doesn't matter. It's all of ours to walk freely and roamly all around. Again, have some common ground. Yeah, common knowledge and have something in common with each other. Yeah, so please go and have a look what common means, because when you understand the language and you can see what it is, you'll start realizing that if we all come to live under common law, yeah, do no harm, do no loss, do no injury, take responsibility for our own actions, means no man can interfere with no other man without consent. That's the first bit. That's as simple as that as you're going to get. Yeah, again, if you're going to keep playing in the la-di-da-di-da-di stuff, you're going to keep getting hooked up. Again, teach people right definitions, etc. All right, so I'm going to leave it there because that is longer than what I thought. But I want you to get the concept of what I'm trying to explain to you, yeah? And please do not get dragged into this absolute crap where government is there to protect and serve you. Yes, the narrative and the idea of behind it may be. But again, if you haven't done any research, please go and look at Fall of the Cabal. Yeah, you'll find that very interesting. Go and have a look at Out of the Shadows. You'll find that very interesting. And as I say, go and look at absolutely everything. Do not believe everything you're being told. Go with what resonates. Break down your language, because again, if you're receiving information off of someone else and they're talking in backward slang and you don't understand what they mean, or you don't resonate, then why don't you go and have a look at what their words and pull out some words, and then you'll realise what page they're really on. Again, you can determine what people are like by the way that they just speak and how they come across. Yeah, and I know we're all fighting for one, and I know people are angry, but as I say, research is key and standing with the right people. Yeah, because I want the same thing as everyone else does at the end of the day. I want to see this thing burn. But we've got to do it properly. And to do that properly, we've got to centre ourselves. We've got to find where our love is. Yeah, instead of being heated up in here. Yeah, and we have to come together at some point to get it done. Again, I've got nothing to gain, but if I can find the strong men that can stand up for themselves under do no harm, do no loss, do no injury, and recognise that no man is above man and no man can interfere with you unless you consent. We'll start with that first because I want that to sink in. And once that sinks in, yeah, I will show you how to protect yourself in every single angle that you could possibly ever imagine. And I've got nothing to gain, as I said. I'm just doing all this to try to help the benefit of the children. Again, I do fight for children. 10 million go missing, and that is what I fight for. And I also fight for my own jurisdiction, not to be controlled by any man or anything else. And just before we go, if you've caused no crime to anyone, no victims, should I say, because people of rights and wrongs are completely been manipulated. So again, if you've caused no victim, harm, loss or injury to anyone, and a policeman or anyone is enforcing you, yeah, enforcement, I just want you to see here the process of making people obey a rule. Again, legal is fiction. I've proved that, so hopefully that will help you get through it. Again, and then you will be able to use the law against enforcement, because if you read the word enforcement, it's a crime in itself. Yeah, it says the process of making people obey. Well, you can't make people obey if you haven't broken the law, because there has to be a victim for you to break the law in the first place. Yeah? The process of making, yeah? Again, the word making sure that people obey something such as a rule. Again, law is do no harm, do no loss, do no injury, take responsibility for your own actions. Everything outside of that is down to you to consent and get involved with. Again, the matrix is big, it has many distractions, and if you keep playing in it, you're not really standing up for what you're fighting, but you're becoming a part of the problem. Yeah, because again, legal is rule, law is land, air, and water. And if you have some common sense, common knowledge, and common ground with each other, you'll see that we can come together and own it all. Okay, all right, I'm going to leave it there because it's longer than what I thought, and I've got so much other more to bring you, but I need this to sit inside. I need you to recognise your own worth. Yeah, as I say, if you stop playing in it, yeah, with all the tools that you believe that you've got, and break it all down, I will show you how to protect yourself in common law. Very easy, because again, everything legal that we know of, in my eyes, is illegal under the law, under common law. Everything legal is illegal under the law, and it is simple as that, and no one can see it, because we're all breaking the law in the first place. So again, if you want to learn more, stick with me. I'll go through it all and I'll break it down as much as I can, and as I say, go with what resonates. As I say, the more that you let go of the legal fiction and all of its programming, and bring yourself back to just being a man, learn the God's definitions. Again, as I say, this is much bigger than most people can imagine, and I can tell you now that if you're not aware of what's going on, then there's going to be a massive upgrade software coming, and you are going to be hit with stuff that you just thought you may not believed, or you just didn't pay attention to, even though that you've had the signs and the signs too. Again, this awakening is called the Great Awakening, and it's more to do with children going missing and them hiding secrets from us. So look out for symbolism, look out for synchronicity in your own life. You might see 2 2s, 1 1s. You know, as I say, you are in the spirit of love. You are in the spirit of God. The only thing is you're disconnected from it because of the language that has been created on us and the programming that has made us divide. So again, I'm not looking to divide. I'm looking for people that will swallow their tongue, learn, realise that they're just a man that doesn't need to be even interfered with by anyone in the first place, and to stand up strong. Again, have a good day, and I'll speak to you soon.